Well, just the concept of the movie. First of all,
I'm gonna take his face.
I'm gonna put his face on my face.
yeah.
And then
you have two of the craziest actors in Hollywood, Travolta and Nick Cage.
Exactly.
Going head to head.
Going off too. I can only imagine them being like, "Get weirder."
Hey, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button.
If you have any comments or suggestions, hit us up at worshipandtributenerd@gmail.com. This week on the show, Rabbit makes a return to talk about his love and hate for Nick Cage with guest Tim Goergen.
Worship and tribute nerd.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Michael, a.k.a. Rickshaw, and welcome to Worship and Tribute Nerd, the show where metal dudes nerd out. Today, we're talking about movies. We haven't really done this in a while, and we have my co-host,
Rabbit
with me.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've tried to confuse him on whether he should say Rabbit or Richard or just get mad at me because of it. And I also have our friend Tim. Say hello, Tim.
What up? I'm back.
Yeah, he's back, baby. We're trying to talk about whatever we can. We're gonna try and have guests every episode now. Whether it's Tim. Tim's our standby. He's into it. So
I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
but today we're gonna talk about Nick Cage. This was Rabbit's idea. Honestly, Rabbit's
my idea.
Yeah, Rabbit's a huge movie buff. So of course he always picks the hard but good ones. It's always hard to talk about someone with a huge catalog. It's like if we were trying to talk about Michael Bolton and his greatest hits.
Which I do have that on my my iTunes.
I got a list somewhere. Hold on, I got a list.
Yeah, already been planning that one.
Dude.
No, I picked this one because I specifically wanted to talk shit about Nicolas Cage, and I think it's going to work out perfectly.
It's funny because I'm actually he has some of his bad ones, which we'll get into, but I'm a Nick Cage fan. I love his wackiness. I love those weird faces he makes, and when he totally goes off, it's awesome.
Yes.
But my wife hates Nicolas Cage. She gets bothered by his existence.
He's easily hateable. But, he came out right in that sweet spot in the younger, 90s or
80s.
even 80s. Yeah. 80s. And his mainstream, debuts were right whenever I was a kid going, action movies are great. I love Nicolas Cage.
But then he had those off, kind of comedy-ish movies, kind of like Raising Arizona, those type of movies. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of that kind of fell in line with whatchamacallit, National Lampoons, fans like Chevy Chase and stuff like that.
Right.
So that's kind of what got me into him before he started doing action movies.
Yeah, and to me that's the best version of Nick Cage. That's the Nick Cage I love. Which most people love action movie Nick Cage, and I don't like action movies. He's not an action star in my mind.
See, I like those older movies that you're talking about, but I was never supremely into them. You know what I mean? I went back after I loved the action movies. Yeah. So you know what I mean?
Well, I will say that since you already mentioned it, Raising Arizona is on my top 5.
Right.
It's a good one.
Directed by the Coen brothers. Amazing movie. John Goodman's in it.
Yeah, I mean,
Holly Hunter. So good.
It's been a while since I've seen that one too. Awesome. So, and I wanted to watch the Nick Cage freakout video before we started this, but I totally forgot. I just love
I've seen that before. It's good.
Him smearing the black paint. I can't remember what movie that is, but he's just he's just smearing black paint all over his face.
Isn't that in Mandy?
Shit. No, it's not.
Is that an older movie?
It's not.
Oh, okay.
It is an older movie. Yeah, okay. It's an older movie, but it's definitely in the.
I thought he did something similar in Mandy.
I mean, he does something similar a lot.
That's fair.
But yeah, I mean, so let's start with our number 5. Speaking of Mandy, our number 5 in the best 5 is Mandy. So, what do you guys think about Mandy?
The first time I saw it, I didn't know what I was getting into. I actually saw the because in New York City on the cabs they have promotional things on top of the cabs. And I saw the promotional flyer for Mandy, and I was like, what the f- is that? And I just randomly checked it out one day, not knowing what I was getting myself into, and I was like, I felt like I was tripping on acid after the movie, but I was stone cold sober. I was like, what the f- did I just watch?
Oh yeah, it's definitely one of those. They set a tone to where you're like locked in even after the movie's over. You're like walking around your house like in that tone, like ooh, weird.
That movie captures like I think the best version of Nick Cage in almost any movie. Like he has the wackiness, coked out, spazzy Nick Cage, and he's also got the action movie Nick Cage, all wrapped into one.
Right.
Like, and the scene where he's dancing in the bathroom, like in his skivvies, like that's probably the most Nicolas Cage scene of all time. Like,
They also capture like the classic like Nick Cage like revenge faces, like where he's he's plotting to get back.
Like they just nailed it. Like
yeah.
It's like hitting a bullseye or something like that.
The first time I watched that movie, though, I was, it's like when you get super pumped about a movie and you sit down and it's a slow moving movie, it kind of like, you start thinking things in your brain like, is this going to be worth it? And then that kind of interferes because, it's the type of thing if somebody would have told me, hey, it's kind of slow, then I would have been prepared for it to be kind of slow and then build into all the that happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll do best and then we'll do worst. So so then we'll just jump to something I've never even seen. It just looked like the most awful thing I've ever even saw a flyer for because they're like deliberately ripping off Fast and Furious movie posters. Drive Angry, which I don't think any of us have seen.
I have not seen it.
I don't think I have either, honestly.
Yeah. Our worst list all were like so random that we couldn't agree. So we're just picking that because...
Well, there's like 200 movies to choose from.
Well, that's true. And we're in this big movement right now of Amber Heard. So that's we got to throw that out there because justice for Johnny Depp. And now
amen.
And now I feel bad for even...
real.
Bringing Nicolas Cage into that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that's not his fault at all. But so like, there's like this. So Nick Cage like went bankrupt or something, or had like tax issues, and then after that he just started doing like movie,
right?
And they're all like revenge flicks or like I'm gonna drive angry, with this young hot girl next to me, like a co-star.
Yeah, they had
and
to.
I just kind of negated all those movies. Like I don't.
Like he was like, I'm broke. I'm going to accept movies that all have a little bit of formula from every movie that made me popular,
Right.
So it's like, Drive Angry, that reminds me of that time I made a bunch of money when I made Gone in 60 Seconds.
People might go see that and, might do okay.
Yeah, I heard Amber Heard's like a hot piece of ace.
Yeah. And that was when she was like blowing up.
Right, that was before she was a man beater. So...
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Before we knew how shitty she was.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Moving on, let's go back to the best. So number 4, The Rock.
Classic.
I love The Rock.
Sean Connery, R.I.P.
Sean Connery.
True. I do love Sean Connery.
The dude who played the villain is a pretty popular actor too. And who else is in that movie?
Was it Ed Harris?
Oh, yeah, it is Ed Harris. Yeah. Wasn't he the villain in Speed? No, totally not.
Yeah, totally not. Dude, I haven't seen this movie since I was a kid, so I don't remember much of it. I didn't get to rewatch it.
The scene where they're like testing out that bioweapon and it like pops, or they're stealing it. Yeah, they're stealing the bioweapon, and one of the things pops, and the dude immediately starts like melting and like.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that got
serious.
it for me.
Face melting?
Yeah. See,
How many movies is Sean Connery in where people's faces melt off?
I don't know, but he
Indiana
should.
Jones, Last Crusade. Dude,
Does he have a guitar in all those?
Does he play guitar in that?
I don't know. I was just kidding. Whenever anyone's face melts on this
I only know
channel,
Sean Connery
we talk
from
about
James
guitar.
Bond. That's all I care about. He's the best James
Sean
Bond.
Connery was a badass on The Rock, though, especially when he was still all metaled out with long beard and long hair.
Oh, yeah. Right.
I was like, that could easily be like, he could be in like a Bay Area thrash band.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I feel ya. And I rented that movie the other night real late, then got sleepy. And then
From
I
Blockbuster?
go, no, from Blockbuster.
Hell
Did you go to
yeah, dude.
Blockbuster?
Shout
Fucking
out.
late fees, man.
Shout
They're gonna
out.
get me.
Hollywood Video?
But and then
Family video.
and then I worked 2 nights in a row. Tried to watch it after work. Got tired both times. And then as Rabbit got here today, finishing up, still on pause in there though. It's like the very end, the last like 15 minutes, still on pause. But yeah, I mean, I love that movie. And also, whenever you're like Nick Cage, somebody in the room goes, "The Rock."
The Rock. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when everybody shouts out. I'm like,
And I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's a-
can you smell
know
my
it.
mail?
I love wrestling, dude.
It's definitely on like a list of like personal movies for me. Like whenever it comes on TV randomly, you just leave it on.
Right.
Predator is one of those. Terminator 2 is one of those.
Oh yeah.
And
Hell yeah.
X-Men
I mean,
Dark
those
Phoenix.
movies are
is
badass,
Not one of
though.
those.
X-Men Dark Phoenix. Oh man, that movie.
Yeah. Classics,
crap
you know?
fest.
The classics.
We might as well put X-Men Dark Phoenix on this worst Nick Cage movies because
Yeah.
it just is so
put-
bad.
He had a
Put it
cameo
on,
in that.
put it on
didn't he?
every worst movie list ever.
He did a voiceover cameo in there. So.
The number 4 bad Nick Cage movie is Bad Lieutenant. Now
Yeah,
you
this
have to
movie's
talk
hard
about this one.
This movie's hard to watch. I rewatched it for this, specifically because it has Ava Mendes in it. Like, I have to shout out Ava Mendes, but even she,
Ava
Ava Mendes,
Mendes.
as a high-end escort, still couldn't save this movie.
I love me some Ava
And-
Mendes. That's
Oh my god!
and
yes.
Val Kilmer's in it. He's like his little partner. Basically, he's a cop who is like down on his luck. He hurt his back by jumping into some water at the beginning of the movie. It's really dumb. They don't even really explain it. They just kind of cut to
Right.
like him needing pain pills and getting addicted to painkillers. And then he's like pulling people over, making chicks like jerk him off. It sounds cool. Like,
Hey, this really happens.
I'm actually making it sound way cooler than it
Yeah.
actually is.
Yeah, all of that, but dumbed
Anyway,
down.
it was just so hard to watch.
I
But
feel like
Ava
the thing.
Mendes,
See,
that's all I'm gonna say.
the thing is, it's like a counteractive bad and good list because the bad they're bad, and then the good
Right.
are pretty bad. Going back and watching some of the scenes, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Because when he freaks out, there's times where you go, "What was his motivation?" Can you
He's
imagine?
just like, I'm going to
cocaine.
save this movie right now.
Yeah,
I'm
do
gonna
something,
a classic Nick Cage
do
freak
it.
out.
Yeah,
This
They
is
get,
what
like, a
everyone's waiting
phone
for
call.
anyway when they come see one of
Yeah.
my movies. So
They're like,
I'm just gonna flip out, man.
Jerry Bruckheimer's on the phone right now, and he saw the first reel of the movie. He needs you to freak out, man. Just give it to us. Give it to us now. And then he's
we're
like,
just going to punch in your freakouts. Yeah.
Yeah. Just stand in front of the green screen and go to town.
right, him and Shia.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump back to the best. The best number 3 on our list is Con Air, which
Yeah.
Rabbit says
Okay.
it's one of his worst performances. I could see where he's coming from.
Yeah, it's one
But-
of the worst Nick Cage performances of all time.
But this is one of those things that plays into what Rabbit says. Nick Cage is a bad actor that had been placed in good movies, right?
Pretty much.
Yes, that's what you told me one time, and I was
Pretty
like,
much,
that
yeah.
makes a lot of sense.
It does.
But the supporting cast of Con Air is what makes up for it.
Right.
Like John
Dude,
Malkovich,
John Malkovich was brilliant in that
John
movie.
Cusack.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
everyone else, like
Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle.
The way that Dave Chappelle died, I forgot about because I just watched this movie the other day. He's just like stuck where the landing gear is.
Right.
Just fake Dave Chappelle. Just it looks like he's doing
Yeah.
like his class, like ah.
Yeah. Ow! Ow! I'm innocent, mate. Doctor said I'd back him
Come on,
out.
man.
Yeah, I can't.
yeah.
I can't get behind his horrible fake Southern accent. First of all,
Oh yeah.
the long hair kills
What
me.
does he say? He's like, put down the teddy
bunny.
bear or the bunny.
The
Yeah,
bunny.
the
Yeah,
bunny.
the bunny. Put down the bunny.
I can't stand it. It's horrible. And you
that-
don't even get like he's playing this downplayed like PTSD soldier type, right? Like
Oh, yeah,
ex
he's-
soldier.
Yeah, he's
So you don't even get the Nick Cage freakout stuff. You don't even get the
That's
good
true.
stuff.
He seems pretty calm in that
He's
movie.
like downplaying
very calm.
everything.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, like Even like if he would have had just like one freak out, it probably would have made the movie a little better.
But that scene where he steps off the bus and his hair's all blown in the wind, that's
That
like,
Vidal
About to say
Sassoon
it,
commercial?
the GIF that's everywhere.
yeah, it's going to live on forever. Like, our society is going to crumble and then rebuild, and someone's going to find that little GIF and be like, what's this? It's going to be like futuristic people.
Dude, one thing about Con Air in like one of the
hair
final
the hair.
scenes where they crash land in Vegas, like, yo, that plane slides for like 20 minutes. That sequence is so long. I was like, what the
Dude.
f***? I don't remember it going this long.
Yeah, well, it's like there's a long list of plane either taking off or crashing movies.
Isn't there like one point there's like a car?
Oh yeah,
that's, like,
it wraps up the
Like
one
by
of
a
the
cable or
yeah
some
one of
shit.
the
It's
one
so
of the
ridiculous.
detectives steals like another detective's car. Like John Cusack takes his
Yeah.
and then
it
gets hooked on the thing and it's like flying in the air. He's like, "Isn't that your car?" And he's like, "I left my car at work." And then they're like,
Ooh, sorry, bud.
That's that crazy '90s shit, though.
"Yeah, I know. How about we just like attach a cable to a car, it's just like flying through the air for no reason."
Wait, was that Michael Bay? Was he part of Con
Yeah,
Air?
I think he was. No, I mean I know Michael Bay was The Rock, right?
Yeah.
But most of those movies I realize are Jerry Bruckheimer movies.
Oh,
so yeah,
Bruckheimer.
yeah. I can't
that
remember
makes
if he
sense.
directed. It would make sense if Michael Bay directed that one also, but you know, that was like before everybody realized that Michael Bay was like making movies and doing them the same way every time.
Yeah.
Like there was
the
like
same like cinematography.
Right.
And like blue and green undertones. Like,
Yeah, it's like that. I realized that this shot he does in every movie to where like the main heroes are like chasing someone, but then the bad guy gets away, and then there's this panning shot of like kind of an underneath shot
from
of the
here, and it goes like
heroes.
The circle shot?
Yeah.
Well, there is one that goes under, and then there's another one that's a circle,
Yeah.
and they're standing there like,
Dude, that's the Bad Boys
yeah,
shot.
that's the bad boy shot.
for sure.
Yeah, he did that for Ninja Turtles too.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Oh yeah. That should have never been done. As much as I loved watching Ninja Turtles, it just
Hey, Bad Boys was tight, though.
I mean, Bad Boys was tight, but that's a whole.
Bad Boys was tight.
That's a whole nother story.
True.
But yeah, Con Air with the mullet, live on mullet.
Move
Okay.
on.
Okay, back to worst. Now this one, Wicker Man, number 3. Wicker Man was what the like what the happened? Tim, you said you never watched Wicker Man.
I never seen it.
Yeah.
It is a remake, but
It's a remake.
Oh my
Is it Charlton
god!
Heston was in the original?
Yeah,
Or
I
some
think
shit
so,
like that.
maybe.
I don't know.
What
Anyway.
era is it from? Is it like 90s, early 2000s, or?
Wicker Man is like late '90s, early 2000s.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
and it is like the most anticlimactic bullshit. Like, but you get to freak out. He freaks out really good at the end. Though.
Yeah.
That's like the
Okay.
best part.
That's the best. That's the only part even worth mentioning is the bees.
Well, spoiler alert on a '90s movie or whatever. But it's like he goes to this like cult like
It's like-
place.
He's like
and-
investigating like a disappearance or something, and then he goes to this island, and it's basically a cult,
Yeah,
and like they keep him there.
and it's like a bunch of women, right? And then if they find out,
Like mostly are all women. I can't
well, it's
remember.
like they had
Doesn't sound too bad.
well, he'd come there to find something out, and then he finds out he was the fucking reason that
Yeah.
that all these women were there because he'd done some fucked up shit, and then they just torture him at the end.
they like trap him there, and then they his brain the whole movie. But it's like it's not done in a good way.
Yeah, it's just like
it's just really hard to
where-
watch.
Like you sit there, whoever you're watching it with, you have to look at him like every 30 minutes and go, "What is happening?" And then they like,
Did you understand what's happening?
then they like tie him up or something and put honey on him and like feed him to the bees, and
They
he's
put
like,
a basket over his head, or
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like a cage thing, and then all these bees are like stinging his face, and he's just like,
he's like, "The bees!"
so bad.
So ridiculous.
Very nice. Very
But
nice.
yeah, I mean that's you could just skip to the end, you know what I mean? So or watch the Nicolas Cage freak out like montage because that's in there.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Like I said, it's always a good time. Always a good time.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the montage of the Charles Barkley golf swing. It's always a good time.
I've never
haven't
actually
seen
watched
that.
that.
What? You've never seen it?
I've never seen that.
When we're done, dude,
I'm looking
yeah,
that shit up.
look it up because you might be on the floor crying
Hell
laughing.
Yeah,
Hell
or
yeah.
any old
I'm into that.
or any old Scott Stapp videos. You know what I mean, with
Yeah.
him performing or talking or anything. My friend Sonny sent me this clip of him. He did like a song for the Mariners at one point in time, and it was like swing batter. It's like, what is happening? But yeah.
Oh boy.
So
Best.
back to best. Number 2, Lord of War. It's been
One
a
of my
while
favorites.
since it's been a while since I've seen Lord of War, but I remember it rips so hard. Not like a
Yeah.
fart, but like the other kind of rips. But
Yeah,
But-
it's a very, very well done movie. Very, and he doesn't freak out in it really, but it's just very well put together, and he actually acted in it pretty well too.
right.
Yeah, he kind of kept it subdued. Kept it,
Kept
it
kept
together,
it locked
kept it
down a little bit.
together.
I feel like he had
baller-ass
some.
arms dealer. Like,
Yeah.
he played
Arms
that role pretty
dealer.
well.
After the Cold War, there's like,
There were some other people in that movie. That,
yeah,
Wasn't Jared Leto in
Jared
that movie?
Leto, yeah, is
Yeah,
his
Jared Leto
plays
is
his
his,
brother, and then
yes.
Ethan Hawke plays the cop that's trying to catch him,
Right.
Yep.
which he does a good job.
I feel like Jared Leto.
But Ethan Hawke, he's not in it that much. He's only in it for like,
Ethan Hawke plays a good cop.
yeah, he is a good cop.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah.
always does. He always, honestly, Ethan Hawke always plays a good character that's investigating some sort of mystery. You know what I mean? And he's always like, kind of like,
Wait a minute.
and he's always like in a room alone, thinking about like, what's
He's always on to something.
yeah, there's something fishy about this. I gotta investigate.
right? Yeah. Shout out Sinister, right? Am I right, guys?
Sister, yeah. The first one was decent.
Oh, the second one was garbage, but that's a whole nother story.
I actually never saw Sinister.
Sinister is amazing. You should check out the first one for sure. And if you know nothing about it, that's even better.
Cool. I heard good
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. Except for the one thing that's funny is like one of the characters kind of looks like Mick from Slipknot.
Like the main guy.
Like the villain. You're like, Slipknot's in this movie. Did the rest of the guys get left behind?
Dun, dun, dun. Da-ga-da.
But yeah.
Hitting kegs with baseball bats. For no reason.
But yeah, when you see it, you'll know. You'll know what's up.
Okay.
But,
All right.
So now we're nearing the best of the worst.
The best of the
The
worst.
best of the worst. Number 2 of the worst, National Treasure. So I know that these movies are pretty famous, though.
Yeah, people love these movies,
They
but
are.
I think they're for like younger generations.
Like YA.
Yeah.
Yeah, like especially when it came out, which was us, I guess,
Yeah, but I wasn't.
at the time that they came out.
I was like,
But-
this is
or maybe a
metal
little bit
enough.
younger. Maybe a little bit younger.
It was
maybe
it
a
was
couple
like
years younger.
2008-ish, right?
Yeah.
Before that. Was it before that?
So I was.
I have no idea.
definitely
I just
not
remember
right.
seeing the commercial on TV, and I was just like, sucks. I'm not gonna see that.
Right.
Looks like it sucks. Come on, Nick.
But,
Cage.
you know, it's
Cut to 2000.
yeah. Cut to 2021 when
Here we are.
when Trump supporters stormed the Capitol for the
Life-
same reason that
Life
Nick Cage
imitating
was
art.
cue the meme. Cue the meme.
Yeah, right.
Boom.
I'm going to steal the Declaration of Independence.
Oh my God, the memes that come out of our world, our true actual world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane. The Bernie meme's been
Blowing.
Bernie Mac,
Yeah.
great.
honestly,
I
you know,
think-
there was a point in time where I go, man, there's a Bernie meme for literally everything.
Yeah.
We
And
did
then
one for our shop. Just
Yeah.
him sitting in the lobby.
there's one for my
yeah.
podcast, and I didn't even make it. Sonny from Always Sunny podcast, he made it for me and sent it to me, and I was like, I guess I'll post it.
Hell
And
yeah,
then
there you go.
little did I know that Bernie would show up for the next
Everywhere.
3 days of my life in every form of meme.
Every form ever.
Every popular movie ever made.
Yeah.
My
Oh, yeah,
business
we-
partner just sent me. I don't know if you could see it. I'll blow it up. Of a python that has something swallowed in a mitten next to it. Let's see if you can.
Oh no.
There's Bernie
Yeah.
inside the snake.
Nice.
I think
yeah.
I think Bernie is now canon in like every major like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Marvel.
Weekend at Bernie's.
Weekend at Bernie's.
That was the
Yeah.
bomb
That was a
one
good
right
one.
there.
Did you hear what he did though?
What?
So Bernie Sanders he put that just him on the chair on a sweatshirt, sold them for $45 on his store. They sold out immediately, and he donated all the proceeds to Meals on Wheels.
Yeah. In
Oh,
Vermont.
nice.
Yeah.
That's dope.
It was tight.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah. Bernie, he's a real hero.
Shout out.
Shout out, Bernie. I know that one of my friends. Oh yeah, it was Sonny also because he's just going meme crazy. He made one with it was like Justin Long and some other stars at a basketball game, and he photoshopped Bernie next to them, and then he tweeted it or Instagrammed it at Justin Long and all those stars, and Justin Long retweeted it and like reshared it in his story or whatever.
Nice.
Yeah.
I feel like Justin Long is like a dude that like you could like honestly chill with.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, any dude who plays the character that plays the gay guy and goes,
Yeah.
You may have seen me in such films as You Better Shut Your Mouth Before I Just that character alone is like, we could chill with that dude. We have the same style of comedy, you know what I mean?
100%.
We're going to we did
number
this
one
wrong.
worst.
Yeah, we did this wrong.
That's fine.
Let's
we'll
do
just do number one worst and then.
Yeah, we'll do number one worst, and then we'll give you what you've been waiting for. The number one worst, and I think that most people, at least 90% of people will agree on this one because we're going comic book crazy in the world. And honestly, there's more creativity and thought put into these comic book movies over a lot of movies nowadays. But the number one worst Nick Cage movie, Ghost Rider.
1 and 2.
Yeah, 1 and 2, Tim said. I was trying to go with
I
one,
didn't even
but I
know
understand.
there was a sequel
Oh, it's
until
pretty bad too.
like a week ago. I didn't even know there was a sequel.
I mean,
Yes.
even that movie is like, hey, do you want to be in Ghost Rider? And he was probably like, well, what's that? And it's like, it's kind of like Gone in 60 Seconds with like supernatural shit going on. And
When
he's
you ride
like,
a motorcycle.
I'm in. But
Dude.
I tried to put on that movie like 5 minutes deep. I was like, I cannot take
And
this.
once again, Eva Mendes still couldn't save that movie.
You know?
It was
Oh
horrible.
yeah, she was in that. That's
Yeah.
right.
And first of all, I just want to say this. I hate Nicolas Cage so much because he gets the hottest women in Hollywood in all of his movies. He got to make out with Eva Mendes in 2 separate movies.
Oh.
So he must have made out with her at least.
And he's horrible.
He was like, "Oh, we can do that again." I think.
Yeah, we got to retake that like 80 more times. We're going to Stanley Kubrick this shit. We're going to do it
Yeah.
100 times till we get it right.
Well, I mean, we might as well get into
But anyway, that was my...
let's get into the honorable mentions too before we do our number one best. Yeah, let's. And you said hot women that Nick Cage makes out with. Angelina Jolie with
yes.
some blonde dreadlocks. The same character as Charlize Theron in that Fast and Furious movie.
Cypher, I think. Her name
But
is Cypher.
I love it. It was on my list. Gone in 60 Seconds was on my list. I love that movie.
It was an honorable mention for me for sure.
Yeah, and
Yeah, it's a good one.
It was a precursor to Fast and Furious.
right,
It came out the year before.
really.
1 year before.
Oh, it set
but
the
obviously, okay. Which franchise has 9 movies and which franchise only has 1?
Okay, we're gonna go there. Gone in 60 Seconds was actually a remake.
Nailed
though.
it.
Wasn't it a remake?
It is a remake, yeah.
Fast and Furious is an original, and you could
Hell
tell.
Yeah. Dude, that movie's so good. What are you talking about? Are you kidding me? Even you said
I
the first
know,
one
it
is the
is.
best
The
one.
first one is
Even
the
you
best
said the
one.
first one is the best
Yeah.
one. So don't go there.
Also, speaking of Fast and Furious, I heard that it's being pushed again. The Fast and Furious 9.
Yeah, they pushed back 25 007
Yeah.
as well to like October of this year.
I'm just saying. I know
They
that.
want those box office numbers, baby.
Not going to see it
Yeah.
till
They pushed back the
2025.
entire Marvel Cinematic Universe
Yes.
until this is over.
But at least
Black
we're getting
Widow
some.
was supposed to come out last May or something.
Yeah. Or at
And
least
they
we're getting
just
some
were like,
WandaVision right now, you know?
Yeah, I watched the first 2 episodes. They're good so
was
far.
good.
Yeah.
It's
I was
all
in-
set up
I
stuff,
enjoyed
but
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But Black Widow, like, I feel like that one you can just release.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Like, people have already seen half the movie on the trailer anyway.
It's
like, just release it and give us something, and then all the new shit you can push back.
Disney just knows how no matter how mad we get, we'll go to a theater and watch
We're
it when it
still
happens.
gonna go see it.
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
I know, but, you know,
Mickey
they're
Mouse
not
likes-
hurting. You're
Well,
not
in the
hurting for
meantime,
money.
we're just gonna cock tease you with Spider Multiverse, and that's gonna
Oh
all
yeah,
be over. Okay.
yeah. And there's like, hey, like,
Yep.
hey Sony, hey Sony, we've got an idea. yeah. Give him a little bit of cum, and we'll hold until Black Widow can go to the theater, and we'll just jizz all over him. But yeah, we're getting off
Anyway.
subject. Yeah, let's get some other honorable mentions in there.
Can I mention some actual good movies?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Let's
you
hear
go
some
for
really
it.
good ones.
All right, this is Rabbit's Top 5.
Let's go.
Rabbits. Top
Okay, we already mentioned
five.
Raising Arizona, directed by the Coens.
Right.
That's
Yep.
up there. Leaving Las Vegas. Are you kidding me? He won an Oscar.
It's not a good one. Yeah.
That's a good
Elizabeth
one.
Shue. Elizabeth Shue is a prostitute. You see Shoebies. It's awesome.
See, the thing is, though, I think shock value whenever I'm making a list.
And he's crazy in that movie. He's an alcoholic trying to kill himself by drinking
That's
himself
true.
to
That's
death.
true. Yeah, I do.
That's top tier Nicolas Cage in my opinion. And then Adaptation,
Oh.
written by Charlie Kaufman, directed
Never
by
seen
Spike Jones.
Adaptation.
It's amazing. It's an amazing movie.
Never seen that one. Yeah, he does have a huge body of work. Now that we're like getting into it, like the
Oh my
amount of
God.
movies I haven't seen,
So
like, good
those
or
are the
bad.
those are the actual good ones. And Matchstick Men, that was also on there.
Master Man is good. Yeah,
Him and Sam Rockwell. It's directed by Ridley Scott. What's up?
What's up?
I have two good honorable mentions. Colorado Space, which is the newer one that we were talking about before.
That one's pretty decent.
I have not
when-
watched it yet.
It's really cool. It's really like tripped out along the same lines of Mandy, but different.
Yeah. It's based on H.P. Lovecraft.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's a kind of like extraterrestrial kind of
Yeah.
thing going on. And then one that I just thought of while we were talking, 9mm.
Oh, yeah. I
8
I
millimeter?
can't remember. Oh,
Or is it 8
mil?
millimeter? I'm
8
sorry.
millimeter.
Yeah,
Him
yeah.
and Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah, it's okay.
8mm, yeah. Yeah, it's
I
all
remember
about
watching
snuff
that
films.
movie and loving it, but it's been so long since I've seen that because apparently I'm old as shit, and Nicolas Cage has been making movies for so long.
Yeah, I remember
we
seeing
were
that movie
born,
when I
really.
was like younger, and my dad rented it, and we were watching it, and I was like 11 or 10. He was like, "I don't know if I should be watching this with you right now." All about snuff films and like,
Yeah.
oh my god,
I'm going to say, here's my honorable mention list. We said Kick-Ass. He was good in Kick-Ass. you know,
Kick-Ass as well, yeah.
Playing the Batman figure of the group. Also, Spider-Verse. He was Spider-Man
yeah, he was
Noir.
Spider-Man Noir.
And also The Croods, because I recently watched The Croods, and
Yeah, me too.
the sequel.
The
Did
new
you see
one.
the sequel?
The
oh
sequel.
my god, that movie
I haven't seen
was insane. I was
Yeah,
like
it was
rolling the whole time, and I was like, "Who is the dad?" Nicolas Cage. So, also one more shout out. Do you remember when Kevin Smith almost directed a Superman movie with Nicolas Cage as Superman?
Yeah,
I've heard all the tales.
Internet.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can we get can we get that?
Can we
like,
get it?
Let's
I think
talk
we
about
might.
that. Like let's
I'm gonna
tweet.
text Kevin Smith right now. I'm gonna text him right now.
Shut the up. This motherfucker. He was like, Tim's like, hey, he's like, yeah, one of my buddies, he does music and does a YouTube. We should try like work with him sometime, or he's gonna work with you in a band too, right?
Yeah, we got a little side project going on.
And then he shows me the video. It's the guy that sings things in different styles who's like super YouTube famous. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
Yeah, I got this friend. He just does
Yeah.
videos.
Shout out
yeah,
that guy.
he was Mr. Anthony Valbiro. He was my bass player in my first band ever, right back in high school. days.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Rot
Rotten Pain, baby.
in pain.
Yeah.
That's
sick
such a
name,
metal
though.
name, dude.
So high school metal. Like,
That's amazing. So let's get that guy on.
yeah, definitely. I think he's like by now. I think he's like almost through it.
Cool.
He's doing better. Yeah.
And also, speaking of people that could sing in different styles, I'm gathering some of my old friends that we used to play when we all toured together. We would like sound check together, and we started doing some songs. And we're gonna start a Korn cover band, and I'm gonna do vocals because of all of the bands I could sound like. Korn, like Jonathan Davis, is like one of the bands. Like
you
one
could
of the.
sound like-
I
you
could
could
sound
sound
like
wacky like
and,
Davis?
Yeah, and I remember there was a time where we're sound checking for the whole tour because it was like in Europe, and so it was Jake from Alisana, Alex at the time was in Alisana, and Mikey, my drummer, and I wrestled a bear once. They would sound check, and they started being like, "Hey, you know any songs? Know any songs? Hey, Rickshaw, come do a song. And so we did like 311, and that was okay. It's not really my vocal style, so it was like shaky. But then I was like, know any Korn songs? And they're like, yeah. So we like learned Got the Life, and we did it to sound check one day, and the whole tour package came out and was like, what? So I would love to do that. We're gonna try and get that together, and I would like to call the cover band Mediocre.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah,
I'm down with that.
But yeah, anyway, that's a whole nother story.
Well, you just told it. So.
Yeah, so
I think that's the whole story.
on the lookout. Be on the lookout for Mediocre. Come do some JD. But now back to what the people want to hear, if there is any people listening or watching.
I think there might be a couple.
Number one, Nicolas Cage movie of all time, because it's bad and good.
I'll agree. I actually have to agree on that, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Face Off. Face Off is insane. It's insane.
Insane.
It's insane in every way, especially with like, it's insane that they let them do some of the things they did.
Well, just the concept of the movie, first of all.
I'm going to take his face.
I'm going to put his face on my face.
Yeah.
And then
you have two of the like craziest actors in Hollywood,
Yeah.
Travolta
Yeah.
and Nick Cage.
Exactly.
Like going head to head.
Going off, too. I can only imagine them being like,
Yeah.
get weirder.
It's not weird enough.
Especially
going.
like the
The
very
premise of the
beginning.
movie isn't weird enough.
Yeah.
The very beginning of the
Just
to
movie.
go
throwing
off.
drugs at them, like
It's like the very beginning of the movie, they're like setting up the fact that he's like has this bomb somewhere, and it's like, you know, and the choir is performing, and he like slaps this girl on the ass, and it's just like, hallelujah. It's just like,
Oh my
what
God.
is
Yeah, when
happening?
When he's in a priest outfit, and he makes that crazy face. He's like,
Yeah. I'm Castor Troy. Dude, he goes off in that movie.
yeah.
dude,
And so does
I watch it
Travolta.
once a
Yeah,
year, and
props
I
to
think it's been
Travolta
about a
because
year.
they switch places.
Yeah, and they switch
like
places.
not even a third way in
And
the
then
movie.
he goes off.
and he gets to go off, and he's
Mm-hmm.
just as wild and crazy.
And I just love how, though, he's like, you know, he's, you know, 12 hours deep into living someone else's life, and he's like, who am I? Oh, man,
And
I
then
love
like
that shit.
then like he goes and like hangs out with the family, and like starts being like the dad.
Oh, yeah. Eva Mendes.
and like the kids getting bullied or some shit.
Isn't
right?
Eva Mendes in that one, too? No, the
think it's Eva
the blonde
Mendes.
chick is the John Travolta wife.
Oh my god,
And
you're
then
right. It is Eva Mendes.
Yeah, Eva
Three
Mendes.
movies.
Eva Mendes is
Motherfucker.
Castor Troy's ex-wife with the kid.
Right. Yeah.
And so he's just like having an identity crisis because he's like, oh yeah. And then when he sees Eva Mendes' Castor Troy's kid, he's like, and he starts hugging the kid and freaking out. And he's like, I can't remember the name, like Dylan or something like that. And like Eva Mendes is like, what's happening?
I feel like Nick Cage and Eva Mendes have definitely had some off-screen coitus.
oh, of course. They
Three movies? Three,
Yeah.
I mean, pretty notable movies, but you know.
He's like, I know this gal, and she has a tan. We could call her.
It's like, hey, we should practice our lines like off-screen.
Yeah. I'm Castor Troy. And she's like, let's go in the trailer, and you could freak me out a
Not
little
into
bit.
it.
Yeah.
Not into it.
He loves Eva Mendes.
La, 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 la.
Him and Fuzz.
Oh no, she's great. She's
Him
great.
and Fuzz go off about Eva Mendes whenever she's in any movie we talk about. They're just like, Eva Mendes. We'll do that voice.
What are you gonna do?
Do that voice. The Eva Mendes. The
I don't have a Eva Mendes voice.
Hey, I just want to say a quick shout out to Nick Cage's son because he is a metalhead and he's in a black metal band.
Oh yeah, what's the name of that band? Something super metal.
It's something super metal, but I remember Fred from Carnifex told me that they opened up for Carnifex at the Whiskey once, and Nick Cage came out, and he was like super cool, super chill.
Nice.
Like, yeah.
I
He, like,
remember
took pictures of the band.
we played in Europe Well, no, it was in. I know it was in Houston. We played the side room in Houston one time. I can't remember the venue, but it was like Dance Gavin in the other room, and it was like 2010 or 9 or something. And there was a super metal band that opened the side stage for us, and they had a Sprinter. And you know what I mean? We're like, what is this super metal band that's opening? Like, and then it's like, I heard it's Nick Cage's son. And we're like, what?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's super dope.
Dad just helping out with the band, getting him a Sprinter.
Yeah, he's like, let's go.
Yeah. apparently the band's pretty good too. He's.
I remember it being super metal. So
yeah,
in a good way.
Oh, okay.
In the best way.
I just had to fact check this real quick. It's not Eva Mendes in Face Off.
Oh, damn it.
It's Gina Gershon.
Oh,
which they look similar.
Right. No, okay. Oh, right.
I had to
My
fact check
bad.
because I was like, I'm pretty sure it's not Eva Mendes.
Okay, it's not Eva Mendes.
Anyway.
But
People are going to be going off in the comments like,
Yeah.
idiots.
You guys, it's their number one movie. They don't even know who's in it.
We're just a bunch of. I mean, it's a metal dude channel. We don't know things, you know.
We know what's sick.
Yeah, we're professionals in knowing what's sick. We don't know the semantics.
Come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we've been going for a while. I don't even know how long we've been going. I think it's probably been like a 45 minute. But we did play some grab ass before we started the episode. So
I got a shout out real quick.
Yeah, let's do it.
On Netflix right now, it's the History of Curse Words,
Oh yeah, and
hosted by Nicolas
yeah.
Cage.
I watched, I
It's
only
actually
watched the
good.
episode.
It's really
I only
good.
watched
They
the
do
so
shit.
far, but it is really good.
Oh, sorry, we're not supposed to cuss.
right. I'm gonna.
You're gonna beep that
I'll
one.
beep all of those out, but you know.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about just leaving them unbeeped, but at the same time, we already talk about weird stuff, and
I mean, PG-13 movies, you get one F word.
exactly. Which, when you're editing, I've noticed I've accidentally left one F-bomb here and there, you know. So
You know, whatever.
and then you get confused because Fuzz in Surrounded by Monsters had a dong. I said had a dong.
Had a
Had a
donk?
song named Dr. Fuck with a PH. So
Yeah.
you tell me
Sure.
with Dr. Fuck PHUCK.
Yeah.
Is that swearing?
No,
No,
it's not.
I guess YouTube will tell me later.
because I'm saying fuck right now. And I'm meaning the PH one.
It's like, yeah, it's like the Thai
Fuck,
spelling.
fuck.
Right. Whoa. Calm down.
Sorry. Sorry.
Especially at the end
I
of
just
the
created an
video.
hour worth of work for you.
I'm like, oh, Marlon. Honestly, Fuzz, when he's doing new metal talk, you could just hear him in the background going, and then I'm just like, oh my God, here I am editing for hours. But yeah, I think that you really get his dong hard.
Indeed.
Indeed.
It is, it's a two-way street on there.
Oh, right. Okay.
Shout out Fuzz.
All right. Well, it's been a fun episode talking about Nicolas Cage. Shout out Nicolas Cage. Come be on the show.
To the man of the hour.
I think that if we talk enough shit or praise enough people, we'll get some celebrities on here someday.
One day. Maybe not.
Yeah.
I mean, first you get the new metal greats like Jonathan Davis, Chino. Then you work your way up to the Nicolas Cage Travoltas. You know what I mean?
Sure. One day.
And you know what? Thomas Eric, shout out Thomas Eric, because he said he's going to try and get Chino. And you heard it here.
Damn.
We're gonna see whenever I finally get to redeem my Deftones tickets that have been delayed a year.
Oh, dude, me
We'll
too.
see. Yeah. We'll see.
I got those too.
I'm gonna be like, Chino, sup. Remember I wrestled a bear once? We came to your show one time. We hung out in the green room. Sup. And that's gonna work for real.
Totally, yeah. You'll be best friends after that.
Yeah.
We're already
For
best
sure.
friends. He just forgot.
He forgot. You have to remind him of your best friends.
I gave Chino a head nod outside of a bar in Sacramento once, and like
Yeah.
the rest of the tour package we were with, like all went over there before me and like took pictures and stuff, and like he came out of the bar, I just gave him a nod, and he was like, I was like, I feel like that meant more to me to
Right.
him than going to be like, dude, like that one last straggler band dude that wants a picture.
Yeah.
Just being like, he's like, yeah, thanks for not punishing me.
See, I was that guy one time whenever I was like a little fat, Cheeto enthusiast before I ever played music myself. And I was one of the last guys to be like, hey, man, can I get a picture? And he turned around and looked at me like, yeah. And then security goes, no, and pushed him out. And I was like, no, no, no. That
Crushing
security
the
guard.
dreams.
God damn it. But yeah, anyways, yeah, it's been fun. Tell us your favorite Nicolas Cage movie in the comments. Tell us how wrong we are and what's right. Because people like to do that. I mean, I like to do it sometimes, but, we live in a toxic world. So anyways. Tim, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me again. Good to see you.
And we're always open to ideas from our guests or from you viewing at home. Tell us what you want us to talk about. I know we've been doing a lot of music stuff lately, but we also love to talk about movies and ghosts and dumb shit like that.
Comics.
What was that dude?
Video games.
Remember the dude who talked shit about us and was like, ghosts, LMFAO, you guys. Remember we were calling him out for like a whole week of episodes. We're like, him.
Wow.
He
doesn't exist.
All right. Well,
I must have blocked.
let's end this motherfucker. All right. Thank
We
you.
out.
All right. See you later, nerds.
Peace.